Hi, this is Ni Wen, and I will be going through a short video on selecting the return on assets PLI. There are many various profit level indicators that are available when we have selected the transactional net margin method. Here we're going to walk through a video about what are the characteristics of a good profit level indicator, focusing specifically on the return on assets. A good profit level indicator is one that is sensitive to changes in transfer prices. What are the profit level indicators that are available for us to consider? One is a return on assets, and under a return on assets, there's also return on capital employed and adjusted return on assets. There's also the operating margin, the net cost plus markup, and the Berry ratio. The commonly used PLIs based on returns is return on assets, where the way to calculate it is operating profits divided by operating assets. We also have return on capital employed, operating profit divided by operating assets less non-interest bearing liabilities. We also have adjusted return on assets, operating profit plus accounts payable times interest rate divided by operating assets. Here we will focus on the specific formula related to return on assets PLI. As you can see, the formula is calculated price times quantity minus unit cost times quantity divided by assets. Here, one question is, where is the transfer price? It's important to understand where the transfer price is in order for you to determine what can impact the reliability of this measurement. So the transfer price for return on assets is in the price itself, price paid for this service. Typically, the return on assets could be used for a manufacturer, where the manufacturer would receive compensation for services that are being provided. What could undermine this PLI in terms of determining what's the arm's length price? Could it be that the assets may be distorted, comparing fully depreciated assets versus non-fully depreciated assets? Intangibles not reflected on balance sheet? Mix of assets between tested party and comparables might be different. The transfer price might be only a small portion of total costs, or that revenues may include sales to unrelated parties. Here, we could see that for this particular type of PLI, it may be distorted by the fact that we're looking at different types of assets. Assets that are fully depreciated versus non-fully depreciated assets, since you'll show a lower book value for fully depreciated assets versus non-fully depreciated assets. Also, if the revenues also include sales to unrelated parties, we will also that will also make this PLI more sensitive. So here are some factors that we would like you guys to consider when you're selecting the return on asset PLI. Thank you, and this is the end of the short video.